Hey, JB here. Welcome to the channel. The question is, can you make money on YouTube? Of course you can make money on YouTube. There are people making money on YouTube every single day, but we gotta be a little creative. And the question is, can you, can me, this regular guy, make money on YouTube? Well, we're about to find out because I have 4,300 subscribers right now, and I'm 400 hours away from being able to monetize my channel, meaning I'm able to actually put advertising on my channel. But the truth is, that's not why I'm doing it, and this is an important lesson to why I'm going to be doing this. The reason that I am doing this is because I want to create a video journal of my life. I'm turning 50 years old, and I love the fact that I can post a vlog up here on YouTube, and I can actually remember the things that I'm going to do. So that's a very important point, because if you know why you're going to be doing your content, then you're not going to be so focused on the monetization aspect. Now, a little bit about my history. You'll hear it on the channel from now and then. It just is what it is. I have done a podcast since 2005, and that podcast back in the day, through all the time, has been downloaded 25 million times. So I have a little knowledge in how to monetize content. And YouTube is very similar to a podcast. It's just a different medium. The difference is I started in 2005, 2006. So I've had a real advantage on that instead of starting YouTube now. Now, this channel's been around, and I've tried some vlogging in the past, and I just haven't dedicated myself to it. And part of the reason is because the return on investment wasn't there. But as I said, I'm doing this for an entirely different reason now. I'm doing it because I want to create a journal vlog for the people that listen to me. Now, you may say, well, JB, how did you monetize the podcast? Well, I've never had advertising on the podcast. Well, I shouldn't say that. One time I had advertising on the podcast. That one time I had somebody, and it really wasn't that much money. The way that I've made my money is building community, providing value. And I think that's the real key thing. Even here on YouTube, there's a couple things you could do. You can either be an entertainer, which I'm not going to be, right? We can go watch Casey Neistat. Now that's an entertainer. He's a filmmaker. He's got cuts and time lapses and all this fun stuff and music. Look, I am not a filmmaker, so that's very hard for me to do. Yes, I have 2 cameras, and I can do a couple camera shoot, and I have GoPros, and I have equipment, but it still doesn't make you a filmmaker and entertainer. But one thing I can do is provide value as an expert. And that's the real secret. If I can provide ideas and thoughts in my expertise, then it works. My most watched video so far has to do with this device, the Google Slate, and doing a review because people are looking for that. And I'm known for my technology because I've obviously been able to build a very successful podcast and very big community, but I'm also very efficient, and the books that I write are basically about that. I've been published, and you might be asking, how do I make my money? I coach. I have some of the best coaching clients in the world. I have a site called MorningCoach.com that's a membership site with various levels, and I've helped people with that. I also have masterminds where people get together and we just rock and roll. And I have events. My events are off the charts, and they work, and I write books, and I launch products. So I have a lot of things going on, but they're all based around the podcast. They're not based on YouTube. I have 4,300 subscribers here. Now, there are a lot of my people that watch this. This is great, but I'm not forcing people to come over and watch this. I'm actually doing this for fun. I know that's a crazy thing, right? But I am. I love this. I'm putting my golf stuff out there, doing my reviews, trying to entertain a little bit, but just having fun. And it's allowing me to connect with new people. But back to our subject of monetization. The first thing is we have to realize why we're producing the content. It's very important. And then we got to realize that it sometimes takes time. I didn't monetize the first couple years of my podcast. In fact, we lost our house. I thought it was such a good idea when I started podcasting in 2005 and 2006 to quit my job. Oh boy, what a smart guy I am, right? And we lost everything. And it was a very difficult time. And for those years when people wouldn't listen and people didn't care, and people usually still don't care much, until I figured out how to be more of an expert, I really didn't monetize, and it was a very scary time. So you got to have the right expectations going in, and I know that it takes time. I realize that we overestimate what we can do in a very short amount of time. We think, oh, everybody's going to watch this video. But the truth is, we underestimate what we can do over a long amount of time. And if you look at the great ones like the Casey Neistat and Marquise and all these people that are putting out wonderful content, many of them have been here a long time on YouTube. And I've been here as a channel but not as a producer. A couple videos. I mean, I got 400 videos, but to me, that's not a lot when you've done 3,300 podcasts. I just haven't consistently been here, and that's one of the key things. So, as I said, if you're going to monetize, you've got to solve problems or be an entertainer and then be consistent, and you're going to be able to monetize. And again, it's not always about monetizing with advertising. In fact, it's the opposite. You're going to monetize with other things. And if you can do that, that's what makes it so much fun. And you got to be creative and figure that out. Now, I get it. If you got a job, it's kind of hard. But once you can get the momentum and you get your time back, then you can do all kinds of things, like me dedicating an hour or 2 hours of this every day to doing a new YouTube video, which I enjoy, right? So the idea then is to understand why you're doing it with any content you're going to produce and have a reason for doing it. And then understand, are you an expert or are you an entertainer? And most people are not in that entertainer space, so you really got to focus on your expertise. And then how do you add value to somebody's life? That's the key thing. You know, how do we add value? What can I do that's going to make somebody's life better, give them a little bit of joy, maybe a little positivity, maybe an escape? And that's why I'm here, because I watch YouTube because I like to escape. I like to watch Casey Neistat, Marquise, and all the wonderful creators that are putting things. Levi Allen's a cool one, putting new things up. I want to be a part of that community. And so that's why I decided to do it. Can I make money at this? Who knows? But I do know, and I'm talking about the advertising space. Right now, no. I'm not getting enough views. In fact, this video will probably be viewed by 100 people. I don't care. I'm having fun. It's a diary for me. It's a journal, a journal of my journey. I can see people into my life and what I'm doing. I'm actually very introverted, and I don't mind being here in my cave, but I just want to connect. And this is another medium to do it, and that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I'm having fun. Can you make money on YouTube? Of course, but sometimes you got to be creative. You got to think differently, and the most important thing is you got to be very patient. You really got to allow things to take hold, specifically when we're talking about algorithms and search ideas and things. And you got to try a bunch of different things. Don't get down if you fail. Believe me, I've failed so many times at this stuff. I mean, over and over and over again. I mean, I've failed at YouTube probably 20 times. I've probably quit 20 times. But if you just stick with it, you build your audience, you keep coming back, you work with people, it'll work. And like I said, you don't need a lot of people. I build around 500 people in segments. 500 people times $2,000 a year is $1 million business. And if you keep your overhead down, it's an awesome business. All right. So as always, love to have you subscribe. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going to do some unusual things. Learn from me. Have fun with this by subscribing. Of course, hit that like button. That's important. And if you get a chance, hit that little bell, because then every time I put a video up, you will get notified. If you're one of the people that just left, because I had 4,300 subscribers, I get it. You probably didn't like my golf video. It's okay. There will be more. But I do want to bring you great information, and you can leave the comments below of anything that you would like to hear. And I'd love to answer, because I'm going to be here, and I'm going to have fun, and we're going to build community. And that's what it's about. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.